the negatives that I see with pornography. There are many, and I can only go over what comes up in my mind right now. But it's really destroyed or made it extremely difficult to connect with women on a deep level. And with the invention of this modern technology, there pretty much is no way turning back unless this type of technology is destroyed, but that's not going to happen. So this is something where society is going to have to learn to deal with and adapt with. But what I see is that men are no longer able to appreciate women the way that they traditionally would have, or the way that they traditionally did in the past, without this exploitation of the sexual act, of the exploitation of the beauty of women, the physical beauty. Or now, if you think back to a time, which there was a time where there was no internet. Think back to the time where there was no TV. Think back to a time where there was no pictures, no digital cameras, just no pictures, no TV, no internet. Think back to that time, and then you'll understand reality a little bit more of what I'm speaking about. If you think back to that time, you will notice that in order to see the beauties of a woman in the intimate ways that we see through the internet now, it is something that is rare. I mean, it would be something you would have to really be fortunate enough to get close to a woman in that way in order to see that beauty, that physical beauty. Because everybody out there in the real world is fully clothed. It's even made that way because the law says it's that way. So if there was no TV, if there was no internet, if there were no pictures, that means there's no magazines either, then there would be no such thing as pornography that's exploited. And in order to get access to that, to be able to experience the beauty, the physical beauty of a woman in that way, you would have to connect with them first, in real life, in real time, face to face. And in order to build that connection, it takes time, and through that time, you will share experiences. You will spend time together, get to know each other from the inside. Develop emotions of love and care. Once you develop those emotions of love and care, then the person will be more willing to express themselves and open their bodies up to you in that intimate way. So you start off with the inside, and then you get the opportunity to experience the beauty of the outside. And that is what it was way in the past, before the invention of photographs, TV, internet. So there would be a very seriousness and appreciation, like an appreciation of the woman in that way. And then when you experience the beauty of lovemaking, of the sexual act, and everything that we see in the internet right now, if you experience that beauty with somebody, there is a lot of beauty in it. I mean, that can't be denied. That's why the porn industry is $1 billion industry. That's human in men to value that beauty. That's why men are so attracted to it. And imagine if there was no internet, no TV, no pictures, and then the only time that you experienced it was with that woman that you connected with, and you experienced all that great pleasure and joy and bliss. You would truly appreciate that woman because she opened herself up to you in that way, and she didn't do that with anybody else but you. So you would appreciate her to the fullest, and then that is what the foundations of traditional marriage were built on, is that true appreciation for one another. And that commitment comes as a natural response to that appreciation. But now, it is not like that. It is no longer like that. Now, the beauty, the outside beauty has been fully exploited. You could find naked women doing all sorts of things on the internet. All sorts of sexual things on the internet, all over the internet. So now there's no longer having to work towards connecting with the woman from the inside in which to experience the outside. Now people just log onto the internet and just experience the outside, and that's it. Never penetrating the inside, but just fully concentrated on the outside without even having to put any effort to get to know the inside. So they just get everything directly from the internet. They are able to satisfy their visual sense of stimulation, and then they're able to satisfy the sense of hearing. Okay, so it's still not a full, it's definitely still not gonna be as beautiful as the full real experience, obviously. But in the same token, these women on the internet, these porn stars and these supermodels, set such a high standard of beauty that it almost becomes unreachable for the general public. Because now women are competing with each other on beauty from all over the world. It's not just the community that you live in, but a woman may be competing with a woman across countries with feeling that she's beautiful enough for her man. And that has a huge, devastating toll on the confidence of a woman, the self-confidence of a woman, of her self-image. And it's sad that they have to go through that. But it was not. But that's the reality of where modern society has led to us with this modern technology. And this is something that must be adapted to. So women are put to such a high standard that men are watching these videos on the internet with women that may have perfect bodies or close to perfection of beauty, and they compare it to the woman around them, and then the woman around them no longer stimulate them in that way.